Good morning. Monday again. Thought I would stick to my schedule and jump in and say hi to you again this morning. Monday the 15th of November, flying headlong into the festive season. I was shopping this morning for my mum and the Christmas stuff was all the decorations were up and it was like walking into Santa's grotto. So it just seems to have come up really quick, but at the same time it happens every year, so I don't know why we're surprised. And every year it does seem to get quicker and quicker. However, I hope you're well. I hope you had a great weekend. I was working all weekend, teaching Reiki at the Maytree on Saturday, and then I was with my shamanic group yesterday. So it's been a busy weekend, but a good one. This week, a little bit more breathing space in the diary, which is good. And I think it's time for us all to consider how quickly we've been moving and how fast we fly through life, trying to do lots of different things all at once and feeling pressure from lots of different sources to do things for other people. I just want to remind you of one thing. When you say yes to everything, you are saying no to many other things. So every time you say yes to something that you don't really want to do, you're saying no to a myriad of other things that might be more beneficial for your mind, body and spirit, for your mental well-being, for your emotional well-being, for your physical health. Common theme over this past week has been a lot of people feeling tired, burned out, doing too much, having a lot on their plate and just constantly running and always on the go and taking no time out. And then when they do take time out, feeling a little bit guilty for doing so, or feeling that they're wasting time. It's almost like we feel like time's running out or something and we have to do everything right now. So I thought I would just tune in to some guidance this morning and see what came up, and this morning I've decided to use these cards, Wisdom of the Hidden Realms. These are lovely wee oracle cards, and they're really nice. I would recommend you get them. They're very lovely. And this morning I shuffled at random and just pulled some cards. So the first one that came up was this card called the Chess Queen. Now she came up reversed, which means she's as a challenger. If she showed up the right way up, she would be telling you to lean into trusting divine guidance and, you know, everything is falling into place. However, it showed up as a challenger this morning, and it makes perfect sense for me anyway that it showed up as a challenger, because it is saying that you're kind of getting stuck in your head too much. And I know that I do that. I get stuck in my head. I have been planning and strategizing and trying to put things in place for next year. As a business owner, that's what you do. You're constantly thinking ahead of the game, but it does become a little bit tiring sometimes. So this card showing up in my personal guidance this morning makes a lot of sense, and I thought I would share it with you. That, are you stuck in your head? Are you making all these plans and trying to just, you know, force things into a box, or force things into a nice neat to-do list, things that maybe aren't actually in complete alignment with your higher plan, with the divine plan, with the, you know, the higher, bigger picture. You know, if you were to come out and look at your life from, you know, an eagle's point of view and looking down at it, would it be the right path? You know, so sometimes we make all these plans. You know, there is the saying, you know, man plans and God laughs. Well, there's something in that, because sometimes when we plan too much and we, you know, try and control how everything's going to work out, we set ourselves up for a disappointment. We set ourselves up for a fall, because invariably that's maybe not the way things are meant to be going for us. Maybe it's not the exact steps or path that we're supposed to be on. So this card showing up as reversed, showing up upside down, the Chess Queen, rather than, you know, being stuck in your head, it's asking you just to take a step back. It's giving you a warning that you're stuck in your head too much. Take a step back. Allow yourself to tune into what's really going on in your heart. And this means slowing down. It means taking a breath. It means it's okay to take some time out. It's okay to stop and pause and tune into your heart and tune into yourself and see, you know, are you making all these plans out of fear or out of love? Are you really being totally, are you holding on too tight to how you want things you know, sometimes as well, when we try and put intentions and good vibes out into the universe, we nearly dictate what it is we want rather than leaving it open, because we could get so much more coming to us, better energy, higher vibration energy, lots of more a better outcome than maybe we can see. You know, if we specify we want this, but maybe the universe wants to give us this. So have that in mind when you catch yourself strategizing and planning and being really controlled. Take a breath, take a step back, and just let it come to you, let it flow to you, rather than trying to constantly grasp at it, because sometimes when we grasp at things, we actually push them away. So the next card that came up was the Dragon's Jewel. And the Dragon's Jewel card comes up as both an ally and a challenger. So it comes up no matter which way up it shows, it looks the same. And it's all about inner conflict and morality and conscious choice. And again, it speaks to us about what choices are we making? What choices are we making every day in life? Are we choosing out of love, or are we choosing out of fear? When you have decisions to make, are you choosing something that takes you closer to the things that you love, to living your life on purpose, or is it taking you further away from these things? Now we are running headlong into eclipse season this weekend. Just before the weekend, on Friday, there's going to be a almost total lunar eclipse, and it's on a micro full moon, which means the moon's farthest away from the earth, but it's full, and it's going to be partially obscured. And this is one of the first eclipses of this season, and then we have a couple of weeks before the new moon, a couple of weeks later, in which then there'll be a partial solar eclipse. So these 2 weeks in between can sometimes be a little bit bumpy if you haven't been doing the work on yourself. Eclipses come to clear, it's like they clear out the closet time, clearing out things that don't need to be there, things that are getting in your way. Okay, so this Dragon's Jewel card coming up, it's very similar to that Chess Queen about being stuck in your head, this inner conflict of fighting with yourself about things that you want to do. So it's asking you again, slow down, take a moment, breathe. Are the choices you're making taking you closer to your desired outcome, or are they actually taking you further away? It is okay to say no to things that do not fall in alignment with your path. It is okay to say no, I can't do that because I need some time off. No, I can't do that because I'm tired and I need to take some time for me. Absolutely say yes to things that feel good to you, but do not be saying yes to things that you think you have to do out of fear of displeasing someone else. Okay, so it's very, very much about tuning into what's right for you, allowing yourself to take the time to decide, is this choice I'm making helping serve my purpose, or is it taking me away from it? This eclipse season has quite potent energy. These next few weeks between now and sort of into December, very potent cosmic energy about there, real time of, we've all been digging very deep and working really hard on ourselves, whether you've been aware of it or not, and there's been a lot of conflict. Whilst it appears that we know that in the spiritual communities, we know we're all connected and we're all one, but sometimes you feel like you're separate, you feel like you're on your own. So this card sometimes, again with the Chess Queen card, the two things, getting stuck in your head and feeling that you're on your own, feeling that you have to do things a certain way. Take a breath, okay? There's only apparent duality in the world, light, dark, up, down, in, out, all these things. We need both for balance. So you need to take time for rest and time to recharge your batteries before you then move out to helping other people. And it's really important. So the Dragon's Jewel card is asking you just to think about that inner conflict. So when you're fighting with yourself for taking some time off or taking some downtime, and you're feeling guilty for having a duvet day or having a day where you just switch off all your devices and just please yourself and do nothing that's going to involve other people, you don't need to feel bad, because you need to tune into your heart and find out what's right for you before you make the decisions. So with this cosmic energy coming with the eclipse season, we're really getting into this sort of setting ourselves up for 2022 and beyond, and starting to live our lives on purpose, starting to live the lives that we want to live rather than the lives we're being dictated to. Okay, so make your choices out of love, not fear. Absolutely acknowledge the shadow, acknowledge the dark. It's important that we acknowledge it. We're not sweeping it away, but we don't have to stay in it. We can be the bridge between the two. And the last card that showed up was Sisters of the Seasons. So Sisters of the Seasons is a card about cycles of growth and natural law and divine order. And again, this one showed up reversed this morning as a challenge. And it says, basically, are you jumping ahead of yourself? Are you not processing things in a way that is in alignment with divine timing? So in nature, everything has a time and a place. It doesn't just jump from winter to summer. We have to have spring in the middle. It doesn't just jump from summer to winter. We have autumn that we're currently going through, these transitionary periods. And it's really important that we don't jump ahead. So when we are maybe putting plans in place, maybe having a vision of what we want to see coming in our lives, and we see it sort of the bigger picture, and we have it sitting in front of us, sometimes we want to just jump straight to it without actually taking the time to let it come to us, without letting the lessons of the different seasons of our life and the seasons of the cycle of life come to us and explain things. You know, in the winter time, as we're coming into the winter time physically here in our northern hemisphere, you know, it's autumn time, sliding slowly into winter. The trees are shedding their leaves. It's beautiful colours, absolutely stunning colours of the trees. Really beautiful to let things go. So is it time to maybe let some stuff go, set things down that you don't need to carry anymore, you know, put things to bed that have been finished now? You've done everything this year that you need to do for certain things. Is it time to put them away and say, right, okay, I'm going to take some time now, just like nature does, and slow down. Allow everything to get wrapped up, nurtured in the earth. And then as the spring comes, the little newness and the shoots come up and everything starts to come back to life. It hadn't gone away, it was just slumbering under the earth, resting. Is it a time for rest? Is it a time to just take some time out, some chill time? So those are the thoughts that have come to me this week as I start this week. As I said, last week's been pretty busy. The last few weeks have been absolutely insane. Busyness, and I speak for some of my other students and colleagues when I say the same thing. I know a lot of people have been running on empty, so I think these cards are just saying to us, listen, you don't have to know how everything's going to work out. You don't have to have everything planned to the absolute nth degree, dotting all the I's and crossing all the T's. You've got to trust that things will come to you in their own sweet time. Absolutely, by all means, have a bigger picture of your life, of where you're heading, but check in with yourself and see if that place that you're heading, is that really where you want to go? Is that actually an authenticity with you? Is it in alignment with your soul, in alignment with your heart? The only way you'll find that out is if you slow down long enough to listen. So this week, maybe slow down, take some time for meditation, take some time to get outside in nature and appreciate the beautiful colours of autumn, and have a fantastic week, whatever you're up to. I hope that this resonated with you in some way. Leave me a wee comment, let me know, and I'll speak to you again next week.